Greetings to the world. All I bring you is just love.
So obviously Real Light comes out, of course, which is about these guys. All these guys, yeah. But inspired by the likes of what happened to Brad and Terry, especially, we've spoke about before, haven't we? The visitation the day before he died, I think, yes. Wasn't it? Was it the day before he died? It was it's freaky, wasn't it? So if you want to talk about that, and then talk a bit more about the project.
Yeah, the song, we had we recorded the backing track before, just music before Terry died, so we all took a part of it, but we didn't actually. Mark over there wrote the lyrics for I'm in Jamaica between me, Mark, and Nikolai. We sort of go backwards and forth, talking backwards and forth. I had the idea when I was with Nikolai bought a dog, and I said to him, "Well, my God, when the light goes out, what do you do?" Nikolai said, "Well, I bought a dog." Eventually, I talked to Mark there, and it comes to me, well, what do I do when the light goes out? Because this is like this is it. It's all pitch black now, and if you see where it goes, when the light goes out, you're always there to guide me. That's what Terry. When darkness falls and laughter seems unlikely, just hold on to faith and love. Those are Terry's words. That at the end of the concert, when he's in a good mood and he's right, he'll go, Coventry, love. And that's what so those words are Terry's word. But Mark wrote all the rest of the lyrics, and that's why my favorite part of the song is like, curtains are falling, we'll meet again. I know where, but I don't know when. That's because I know that I'm a very spiritual person, and I can tell you, Terry has never left me. I'll give you one little thing right now, right, inside, right, and this is really, you'll say, well, okay, you can. This is what I'm in Jamaica. I get my buzz when I'm in Jamaica. I wake up this one morning, right, I talked to Lindy, his wife, tell you true story, right, Lindy's wife, right, and she said, what are you going to do at Terry's funeral? I said, well, I don't think we'll have the strength to do anything. And she goes, but you got to do something because you did it I did for Brad, right? Old pirate, yes, the rabbi, sold out to the merchant ships. Oh, minutes after the took guy from the bottom left. I did it for Brad. Everybody go, oh my God. I said, well, that's for Brad, right? Lindy said, well, you got to do something for Terry. And I goes, God, I don't know what to do. I can't go and do that because that was for Brad. The same crematorium where, in Golders Green, same place. I'm going, God, I can imagine, the pressure. I'm on all different sort of medication to keep me taking over, I got it this one morning, and I rang Lindy and says, I got it. Andy Williams' song was played on the radio in Jamaica. And with Lindy, because as you can tell, right, I'm not the best singer in the world, but that's how I express myself, I said, Lindy, I've got it. And she goes, what are you going to do? And goes, Moon River, wider than a mile. And she started crying. And I'm going, Lindy, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. She goes, no. She said, you're a genius because that was our wedding song. And that's the last song God played to him on his deathbed. And I go, gee, how did I get that? Terry come to me. This is a really, really spooky one, right? This Terry come to me. I got up in the morning, one morning, and I said to my that's before I come back to go to his funeral, right? And I said to my cousin, well, I just had a dream with Terry, and he was right. He was so real. I said, well, his face was 18-year-old, but his body was 63. Because obviously, when you get older, you put a bit more weight. But his face, I looked at him and said, man, you look good, man. He turned his head and he looked at me, didn't say a word, and he was gone. I know, it doesn't matter what anybody says, as I said, he who feels it knows it. I'm the one who gone through that experience, right? And I carry that with me, and I just feel his presence with me all the time. Because of those sort of two incidents I was at his wedding when he got married, so I didn't know that, you know, Andy Williams' son Moon River was their that's their first, you know. I had no idea. How did I pick that out like that? Through Terry. My sister says, "My brother, you're psychic." You gotta go. That's a stupid sister. I don't know where I get these ideas, but it comes, you know. But for this, it's real as real. I come out, the man, his face was a 18-year-old, young, everything, and fresh in his face, but his body was 63.
Were you hearing when you were growing up in Jamaica? That's a good idea, wasn't it?
Blue beat, ska, reggae. As a matter of fact, I've got to go back to where my father was into, like, sort of the Fats Domino. What else? The religious, the gospel side of Elvis Presley, definitely. And what's the other guy that released that? I can't remember his name now, but you know, it's really, but it's usually it's we hear a lot of stuff from, because we live quite close to Jamaica is quite close to Cuba. We listen to a lot of hear Cuban music playing as well, so you know, it's really a variety of music.
Thank you very much. Right. So the next one is, when did music really begin to have an effect on you? I reckon it was a young age. So some years ago.
Yep. Very, very young. Because you know, Jamaican culture is like sound system, and every village in Jamaica have their own sound system. I was owned by Mr. Green, and like on a Monday when they go to town and they buy new records and, you know, 7-inch vinyl, which you can get a copy of when a light goes out today. It's on sale, right? You know, plug it in. Remember Terry Hall and all the guys here. Remember that. But what was the question again?
You've answered it. Lynval is writing a book with Carol, so that'll be coming out as and when, so keep your eyes peeled for all the information. And all these little golden nuggets of interest will be in there, so you'll know more about it then. And there is also my book being updated, so I just throw that in. You shouldn't, Morris. Right. So, when did you start playing the guitar? Oh, no, sorry. How and when did you come to England?
I come to England, it was 1964, after Jamaica got independent. Many years. And I come on a ship, the Ascana. So that was, you know, my journey.
And you were about 14?
Yeah, about 13 or 14 when I left Jamaica, come to England. One of the weirdest part of when we got to Lisbon, I thought that was England. It was so beautiful. I just said, my God, you know. And when the ships sort of sail out, and you know, but we're not at England yet. No, when we get to South, come to South Africa, and a grey October, it was really, really. I just wanted to go straight back to Jamaica.
I've been to Southampton for football. We were at CERN. When did you start playing the guitar?
That was in Gloucester. So, you know, first I got a guitar. Was it? No. I bought my first guitar in Coventry. But the first instrument I played, string instrument, was a banjo. You know, this Mr. Johnson, God bless him, he's no longer with us here. But he had a banjo at home, on my father's house. And my father would sort of rent rooms and all that, so he's one of the tenant there. And that's when the first string instrument was a banjo.
It's almost a natural progression, isn't it? You know, to go to guitar, isn't it? After that, you know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, so let's get into the band stuff. So what was your first band?
First band in Coventry is called the Merrytones. That was with
Does anybody remember them?
No, they don't do it. Yeah. The Maritones with Live Minto, Desmond Brown with in the selector. That was Winston, which is Charlie's brother, plays sax. Reggae, which Calvert played drums. We call it reggae, the drummer. And Tony Thomas plays sax, great saxophone. Bless you, Tony, he's no longer with us as well. But it was Maritone. We played cover, soul and reggae. That's what it was, a soul and reggae band, covers band.
Nice one. That's right. So we're still in the Stoughton band. So let's talk about Pharaoh's Kingdom with H, Desmond Silverton and Ray King. I'm sure you've got a lot to say about that.
Well, H and me went to school in Gloucester, and when I heard that Ray King was looking for a guitar player, because and knowing H, which is an absolute incredible musician, I just dragged him with me and said, well, you gotta come to Coventry with me. We both went to the same school, Linden Road School. So we both come on with Jenna with Ray King's soul band, and that's where we played with them for a while before the specials on this stage roll.
How long were you with Ray King?
It wasn't. How long would you say? It wasn't that long with the Ray King soul band, were we?
About a year and a half.
But yeah. And Pharaoh's Kingdom as well, yeah. So Pharaoh's Kingdom was too bad. With Silverton as well, who was the first the Coventry Automatics drummer before we become the specials. Silverton.
Look where that got you. Anyway. So from Gloucester to Coventry, yeah. And then obviously you went on to join the special. What can you fill us in around that time from coming into Coventry?
Yes, when my father moved from Gloucester to Coventry because of work. Obviously, Coventry is an industrial city. My father used to work at a place called Doughty Road, where they built all the war machine basically. And after the last World War, when they literally when they restock up all the machine, he was made redundant. So I come to Coventry because Coventry got all the car. Jag, Peugeot, Morris, Triumph, the whole lot, motorbike, everything was in Coventry. So there's a lot of work in Coventry at the time. I mean, I come back and see Coventry now, and the one thing which is really nice, right, is the hair is clean. I don't smell any pollution because but
Yeah, cool.
Right, so we're going to go cut to the thrust here, joining the specials. Now, I mean, I know everyone here in the two-tone Billy Coventry, knows about the specials, but and people talk about their influence on global music and stuff like that. But I still don't think that some people get it, how big it actually has been, and the influence that you've had. You've got people playing bands now and have been going through, and it's all down to see the specials or being influenced by the specials, and not just ska bands or anything like that, major, like people like Gary Powell, Libertines and things like that, and are influenced. But so tell us about joining the specials from day one.
Well, I met Jerry. I was the first member of the band when with Jerry and Horace and Silverton on drums, and we had another singer, Tim Strickland before Terry, but there's only 3 really original members of the band that made it: me, Horace, and Jerry. Because all the rest, we had, Tim Strickland was the lead vocalist before Terry. You had Silverton, John Bradbury joined the band after Silverton left. So, but there's only 3 that's from the very start. It's 3 of us, me, Jerry, and Horace.
Do you want to tell us what it's like playing around Coventry, especially that in that era, that sort of time of moment in time?
Live music was kicking in Coventry, obviously because of the work here, and obviously where there's there's working in clubs and all that. So there's lots of and pubs. There were a lot more pubs to play. I mean, now I don't know if there's any venue left in Coventry. Because when we played, we had so much different pubs to play at. It was really, and that's why we all play in each other's band, because we just chop and chant and move around. It was you know, I don't know, as I said, I do not know what it's like now, but back in our days, it was really, really, that's where we learn how to, and as one person I gotta big up is Ray King, right? Vibrant Cornwell, his name, Ray King. You know, without him, we would never have accomplished what we've accomplished because Ray was our mentor. He teaches us everything we know. Everything was through Ray Kings.
Thank you very much. Right, yeah, good stories then. So you've joined the specials. You've been the Coventry Automatic before that. And, we've heard the demos because obviously the album, the Donovan era, came out. And what I find interesting about that is the amount of time from when you record the demo to becoming successful was quite a short period of time. But the jump in how the band sounded was quick, wasn't it? It was really quick. It's in the transformation because I think on the demos you can hear where people are saying, are they a punk band, are they a reggae band, that sort of thing. Because, you know, it was all over the place a little bit, wasn't it? But in such a short space of time, you know, you got gangsters. So do you want to tell us about that very first hit?
When it comes to getting the music right and everything right, gotta give big up John Bradbury. Because that's why at the time, you know, John Bradbury joined the band, everything clicked because what he brought, you know, the foundation was John Bradbury. The drumming was John. If it wasn't for John drumming, I don't think we wouldn't have developed so quickly. But John Brad just put, you know, his playing and the way he combined playing soul, northern soul, and a bit of jazz and everything, and make it become one. Because, you know, before it was like one punk song, one reggae song, but go to it. I gotta give big up to Bernie Rhodes, because Bernie was the man who tell us that we weren't ready when we thought we were ready for the big time. Bernie says, "No, you're not ready." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because you know, we didn't have Brad yet. It was when Brad came into the band after Silvertown left. That's what pulled the whole thing together.
We saw when the split happened, you went to form the Fun Boy 3, and especially AKA carried on with Jerry and stuff like that. Is that the way, if you'd have stayed together, is the way the Special AK went with the more jazzy flow stuff, is that the way he wanted you all to go? And were you all thinking, well, that's probably the best way to do it, or was it just still, by this time, was it a bit of a lost cause?
Jerry had his own idea, and if you look at the way, you know, the Fun Boy 3 first release read, it all ties in. The lunatics have taken over the asylum. You know, that's what how we're living it today, because, you know, you not calling Jerry the lunatics, but it makes sense, right? Right. We just wanted to do something different, and we're all growing. And, you know, especially Terry, I got very close to Terry. We wrote all the Fun Boy 3 songs. There's a lot of work between him and me. So when you listen to songs like "The More I See, the Less I Believe," you know, and you know, "Going Home," "The Pressure of Life," you know, it's really, 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 you know, it was a little bit difficult to get those songs out with Jerry at the time, because like it was much easier for me, Terry, and Neville to do it, to get it out, because Jerry was a little bit, and plus, you know, he did a brilliant job, but we just couldn't see eye to eye. You know, after Ghost Town, when we did our last appearance on Top of the Pops #1 for Ghost Town, we look at everybody with this town, it's coming like we're off. We're saying goodbye for the time being, you know.
So you're also well known for being the author of "Do Nothing,"
Yes.
which is a beautiful song, is it not? "Do Nothing" is one of the standout songs. What's the story behind that, and was it a pivotal moment for you having that out as well?
Well, so the idea of that song come to, you know, when H and me were at Victoria Street, run by Herman. Cromwell Street and Victoria Street. I live at Victoria Street as well. Herman's mom's house. Ideas come with you know. So the idea could start up before both of us come to Coventry. So it's just in the end, but I would say I got to give Jerry his due as well. He did a wonderful job and what you call it, arranging the music. He's done a great job here, so you know. As a matter of fact, all the songs that Jerry took part in arranging, right? Little Rich Girl, Rock the Race, right? He's done a great job.
So I'm going to put you on the spot now. Which one do you prefer? The single version of Do Nothing or the more specials?
That's a hard one, isn't it? Yeah. That's a really tough one. Because, you know, I love both, you know? Yeah, I love both, yeah.
Chicken. So, again, we're coming towards the end of the specials there. So, I mean, it's been well documented, but why did the specials split?
It was time, I think, can you imagine touring and going off to Europe and going to Japan and we come back. We just didn't have a break. I think we should have had a break, which would have meant that we could go and experiment, which we did as a Fun Boy 3. We needed a break away from each other. So it was just time, but you know, management and record company, when the record company hit the jackpot, they didn't want to let go of it. They're gonna push you out there and more record, and we were tired, really tired, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus. Really, and plus the fact that you'd grown up together, and you were just moving on different ideas. Yeah. Of course, so from the ashes of the specials come the Fun Boy 3, which we've discussed. Tell us a bit more about your time in the Fun Boy 3.
The Fun Boy 3 literally was Terry's idea. And obviously the three fun guys, you think, well, oh, that's a good idea, the Fun Boy 3. So the three of us got together, as in the first single was The Lunatics. And then we recorded our first album as, you know, Fun Boy 3. And the second album we did with David Byrne from Talking Heads, producing, was a really big fan of David Byrne. So I think, you know, we just, it's, the Fun Boy 3 worked with all the girls as well in the band. That was really something different. We needed something, you know, something new. So, you know, not just being, because I suppose we were probably the first rock and roll band with an all-girl backing band. So it was just something, you know, which with the girls Bananarama as well. That was just, you know, that was a really good move. And with the girls, that was Terry's idea as well. So Terry was a very, very big influence on how the Fun Boy 3 move and what we do, you know? Give me the permission that I can do what I want to do, because you know, when you start the record company, they own you. You know, you own everything with you. But I got permission from them, and we took it up. I mean, what a wonderful story, which is real. From being a fan to putting out, organized the Specials family, When a Light Goes Out. It's the last record. When a Light, independent label. So full circle.
Where is it available?
Willow.
At the back. I've got some copies of the CD and the vinyl 7-inch at the back. It's also available online at www.specializedproject.com, where you can get t-shirts. There's also hoodies online as well. We will send some down to the village, but we're out of stock because everyone's like gone mad for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hand together, please, for Mr. Lynval Golding! Have an applause, please, for Mr. Mark and all the Scotland.